Lord.
Yes.
My Lord, as we have discussed that, and I've indicated that I'm getting much better, but I'm not in a position to cross-examine the witness, and I've made a request that my cross-examination should be suspended until after the cross-examination of Advocate Mshololo. I will then proceed after Advocate Mshololo, and the parties have agreed, and Advocate Ngomalo has agreed to stand in for me, and that has been communicated with my client, the CB accused number 1, on the basis that the condition in court will actually hamper or disturb the progress of my healing as the court pleases.
Yeah, can you interpret for
Mr. Mngomezulu useyasho-ke ukuthi nanjengoba beyobonana-ke kulona ihhovisi lakhe umehluleli bakhulumile-ke nokuthi uyasho-ke naye ukuthi useyalulama-ke, kodwa-ke akakakulungeli ukuthi angaqala ngokuthi-ke ahlome imibuzo kuyena umfakazi. Useyacela-ke ukuthi kuqhutshekweke abanye amameli babuza imibuzo, yena kusezoqala-ke noma uzoqhubeka emuva kokuthi u-Advocate Mshololo eseqedile. Uthi-ke konke lokho-ke kukhulunyiwe kanye nawe Mr. Sibiya, washo-ke nokuthi u-Advocate Ngomalo uyena-ke ozomela, nanjengoba yena-ke uzobe engekho-ke uma kuqhutshekwa nalo-ke icala.
yes, Mr. Ngomalo?
Thank you, my lord. I was approached by Mr. Mngomezulu after we've met in chambers and requested me to stand in for him in order to allow him to recuperate. I have no problems, my lord. This was communicated to his client, Mr. Sibiya.
Naye-ke u-Advocate Ngomalo uyasho-ke ukuthi ngempela-ke sebephumile-ke kuyena umehluleli uMr. Mngomezulu uzile kuyena wamcela-ke ukuthi-ke ammeleke ngalesikhathi yena-ke esathi-ke ukululama, wathi-ke naye-ke akanayo inkinga yalokho, futhi lokho kukhulunyiwe kuwena Mr. Sibiya.
If there is any further thing that Mr. Sibiya would wish me to convey to Mr. Mngomezulu, I'm going to take whatever instructions and inform Mr. Mngomezulu about the developments and whatever instructions that is going to relate to me. Thank you.
Nokuthi-ke noma yini-ke ozophuma kuwena-ke Mr. Sibiya ozoyikhuluma wena kuyena u-Advocate Ngomalo, yena uzoyithatha-ke endlulisekena-ke u-Mr. Mngomezulu.
Thank you.
So how long is the hiatus regarding Mr. Ngomezulu's health? It's going to determine how long
My lord,
you assist.
the arrangement is the cross-examination is going to continue up to Advocate Mshololo, and then thereafter Mr. Ngomezulu is going to come back. It is then that stage that this arrangement is going to cease.
Okay. You confirm that, Mr. Ngomezulu? Yeah, you don't have to stand up. You can just...
I do confirm.
You do confirm it.
Ngifuna ukwazi-ke ukuthi lokho kuzoqhubeka-ke kuze kuyofica nini, ukuthi-ke kuzoqhubeka ukubuzwa imibuzo abameli bonke kuze kuyofika kuyena-ke u-Advocate Mshololo. Emuva kwalokho-ke yila khona-ke azobuya khona-ke u-Mr. Mngomezulu, naye-ke uyavuma-ke lokho.
And you say this has been conveyed to Mr. Sibiya, and it was discussed in Mr. Sibiya's presence, meaning you, Mr. Mngomezulu, and Mr. Sibiya, minimum, and the other councils.
That is
the minimum was 3. Myself, Mr. Mngomezulu, and Mr. Sibiya.
Okay. And what was Mr. Sibiya's view?
He agreed to the arrangement. May the court confirm also from him.
Nikwazike inkantolo ukuthi ke uma nikhuluma benye bangaki ke advocate Nxumalo bekuyena uMr Mngomezulu kanye nawe ke Sibiya nokuthi ke wakuvuma ke wena lokho. Uma awubanga nankinga ngalokho.
Mr. Ramasipidi?
As the court pleases, my lord, I do confirm the arrangement, and I do also confirm that as part of the part discussion, I was involved, my lord, as the court pleases.
Mr. Nisi?
As it is the court, my lord, although I was not involved in the discussion, but I'm quite happy with the arrangement.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr.
Munyeki.
Munyeki, sorry.
Yes, my lord. Yeah, my lord, I was not part of the discussion, but I do confirm that some of the issues were raised with the defense of accused number 5.
Mr. Sibiya, stand up. Do you confirm the agreement, the arrangement?
Lokho okushiwo ke uyena baba Mngomezulu kanye naye advocate Nxumalo uyavuma. Yes, I do confirm, my lord.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to quote what the law says.
Yes, Malo, can I just maybe add something?
Oh yes, Mr. Sorry, Balui.
Regarding the ambit of the discussions that we had in chambers,
Yeah.
it was emphasized that Mr. Mngomezulu will follow the proceedings as they occur, and will also get a running record of the proceedings, so that he's fully acquainted with what is happening in court.
Yeah, how does he follow the proceedings?
Yes. Well, the proceedings have been broadcast live, my lord, and
Okay.
he will, and I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I think the extent of the discussions was that, he will follow the proceedings in whichever way to acquaint himself of what is going on. And I suppose if there's anything, he will then communicate with Mr. Nxumalo. And the other thing, my lord, that I'm wondering about, should he then recover before the end of the cross-examination of Mr. Nxumalo? I suppose then he should come back to court. So he's excused from court pending his recuperation or the finalization of the cross-examination by Ms. Mshololo, whichever comes first. That should be the condition.
Thanks. Is that your understanding, Mr. Mngomezulu?
Whichever comes first, my lord.
Okay. Yeah, but that you are going to follow the proceedings on YouTube, you said the other day.
I've been following it, man.
Well, they've got problems with YouTube
No problem.
because there are too many experts there.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
On that aspect, the proceedings from the 7th of October to the 22nd of October 2014 were emailed to Mr. Mngomezulu, and he confirmed yesterday that he received my emails.
Yeah,
So whatever that comes from now on, I will be forwarding whatever that comes to Mr. Mngomezulu in order for him to apprise himself with the proceedings. Thank you.
Ngezile kumshushisi kuloko sekukhulunyiwe ukuthi ke okunye bekukhulunyiwe noma ke bebevumelene ngabo ukuthi ke yena ke uMr Mngomezulu uzoqhubeka ke alandeleke icala leli noma ke alubeke kuyinkundla ke lezi noma ke kumabona kude yena ke ushilo kusho ko judge ukuthi ke ebelandela ke ku YouTube kodwa ke uyakudla yena ke no YouTube inkinga ngoba ke kunongobala ningi lapho kodwa ke uzolandela ke noma ke futhi ke nalokho kwenzekayo noma ama record uzowa emailelo akhona ke bese wathunyelwe uma kuukuthi okunye futhi akusho umshushisi ukuthi uma kuukuthi ke uMr Mngomezulu usebangcono ke kakhulu ke noma ukwisimo sokuthi angabuyela enkantolo usengabuyela ke ngaphambi kokuthi mhlambe kuyofika kuyena ke advocate Msholo noma advocate Nxumalo kodwa bathi ke noma ikuphi okufike kuqala kodwa uma kuukuthi ubangcono ngaphambi kokuthi ifike leso sikhathi usengabuyela.
Yeah. Okay. This is what the law stipulates. The cross-examination, let's start there. The cross-examination sequence which appertains in a court of law is governed, I think, by Section 127. And amongst others, it is discretional upon the presiding officer as to the sequential cross-examination which is going to be exercised by various counsel in a particular case like this one, has to abide by the prescripts as to how the accused before court are being cited after being charged. In other words, lack of a better word, if Mr. Sibiya, as he is accused number one, his counsel is expected after each and every witness to be the first to cross-examine the state witness who has given that evidence. But these procedures are not immutable. They are not cast in stone. They can be modified, added to, if special circumstances arise, like in this case. This case started before this court in July 2023, but previously my colleague was involved in this case, Judge Maumela, who had to recuse himself after being incapacitated physically. So I am aware that the allegations also arise against the accused as on the during October 2014, about 10 years ago. This court will not go into the history of this trial, but for various reasons, the actual concourse of this trial only began, I think, in 2019, is that so? 2019, before Mr. Maumela.
Yeah, well, before Judge Maumela, it was the first appearance was in February 2022.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yes.
So that was the initial appearance of the accused before this court. So I am of the view that because of the history of this case and because of the incapacity, which I believe is temporary, of Mr. Mngomezulu, these aspects constitute special, extraordinary circumstances which may allow this court to accede to the request by Mr. Mngomezulu and his client that Mr. Mngomezulu will keep himself apprised of the proceedings in this case, as he has always been doing, and he will keep in contact with Advocate Ngomalo, who has volunteered to assist accused number one and Mr. Mngomezulu. The overriding aspect is that no other accused should suffer prejudice in this trial as a result of the arrangements which this court is agreeing to as requested by Mr. Mngomezulu and his client. Because the court is enjoined in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution to accord an accused and his counsel or attorney a fair trial as described in our Constitution by, amongst others, a retired judge of the Constitutional Court, Johan Krichler, in the case of the Attorney General of the Cape versus Key, which is a constitutional case which is seminal, in my view, in defining the aspects which we all refer to as a fair trial. And I'm also consoled by the fact that there is no apparent conflict of interest amongst the accused and their counsels regarding the charges facing the accused. The accused are facing 5 charges. Murder with the application of Section 51(1) of the Criminal Procedure Act. Robbery, also with the applicability of Section 51(1). Possession of a firearm, and also attempted murder with the applicable Section 51(1) also being there, and possession of ammunition. And further, the accused are also charged jointly with the allegation that they allegedly committed these offenses in pursuance of a common purpose. So consequently, the onus of proof, which rests on the state to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt, is not delineated differently from either of the accused. The state has to prove those charges with the application of the doctrine of common purpose. All 5 accused also reserved their right in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution not to disclose the basis of their defense. Consequently, as I say, up to this stage, it cannot be cogently argued that the accused, any of the accused or counsel, with regard to the arrangements which this court is acceding to about the health of Mr. Mngomezulu, that there has been a conflict of interest or there has been a denial of the concept of a free trial which must appertain to all the accused before court. Consequently, then, that application is granted.
Ngokomthetho ke kufanele ukuthi uma umbuso ushuqedile ukuthi ke uhole ofakazi kube ukuthi ke ngokulandelana kwabo abasolwa imibuzo ke ihlonywe ngaleyo ndlela ibona ke abameli ngaphandleni kokuthi uma kunezimo ke ezikhethekile noma ke izimo ke eziphoqayo ukuthi ke kungashintshwa ke kuloko noma ke kwenziwe ngobahlukile. Inkantolo iyasho ke la ukuthi ke uma kulalelwa sona ke isicelo lesi sakhe uMr Mngomezulu ngokungaphatheki kahle kwakhe, inkantolo ayiboni ngakhona ke inkinga ukuthi ke isivumele leso sicelo leso, nangokuthi futhi naye ke ushilo uvumileke umsolo wakhe ukuthi cha akanankinga nalokho, naye ke uadvocate Nxumalo wakuvuma ke lokho ukuthi cha akanankinga ukuthi angasiza lapho. Inkantolo yabe isi ngena-ke nakumlando wecala ukuthi icala laqala kuphi-ke ngaphambi komahluleli owangaphambili yena uJudge Mawumela. Kodwa-ke ekugcineni kona konke-ke lokho inkantolo ithi ngoba-ke abasolwa bethweswe amacala, akusona amacala ahlukahlukene la kungatholakala ekuhambekeni kwesikhathi ukuthi kuzoba khona-ke ukushayisana noma ukungqubuzana okukhona. Ngenxa yalezo izathu-ke ayisiboni isizathu noma-ke singekho isizathu sokuthi-ke inkantolo ingavumelani naleso sicelo leso. Iyazivuma-ke inkantolo ukuthi kungaqhutshekwa ngale ndlela ekuvunyelwene ngayo abameli kanye naye umsolwa wokuqala, futhi-ke noMr Mngomezulu uzolandela-ke noma uzobuka-ke lokho kwenzekayo la inkantolo esekhaya-ke ngale ndlela shilo ukuthi-ke uzolandela ngayo.
Yeah, also he gets a periodic record of the proceedings, besides just himself being apprised of the progress of the trial. He must also be furnished, as he has been furnished by the running record which is available to all councils in this case. And therefore I find that it is in the interest of justice that this case should proceed.
Futhi ke nanjengoba eshilo ukuthi uzolandela uzobukela kumabonakude noma ngaleyo ndlela ke azokwenza ngayo, kodwa ke ngaphezulu kwalokho athole futhi ke nama-rekhodi noma ke lokho kwenzekayo njengoba abanye bebathunyelwa ke nge-email naye ke awathunyele nangale ndlela bekwenziwa ngayo ngaphambilini.
Okay, yes.
Please, my lord.
Yes.
I have excuse.
Thanks.